really struggled this season. Last in yardage, last in points scored, touchdowns. Their air attack has been anemic at times. 2nd and 4. Quick hitter for Chad Owens, who gets dumped. Alex Suber right there on the hit. The flying Hawaiian was flying.
Anybody who saw the pregame feature on Chad Owens and the discussion of his fearlessness in the return game, here you see it as a receiver. No hesitation to go up for that ball, knowing he's going into contact.
So another punt now from Prefontaine. Javon Johnson comes forward and is brought down at the 48-yard line. 2-0 Winnipeg. Just over 3 minutes to go in the opening quarter. Riders and Eskimos. And that's Elvis, and we're not sure.
I think that was our producer.
That might have looked a lot like our producer, in fact. Should have been in the truck. Little pitch this time to Evanson Bernard. That Fred Reed. To the midfield stripe.
Fred Reed, for the moment at least, looking no worse for wear after that earlier collision with Willie Pyle.
Second and 3 now. Both teams haven't been able to move the football so far. Giles in pursuit, takes it himself, has the first down, fumbles the football, and the Argos have it back. Just like that, Stephen Giles took off, coughed it up, and Giles is also hurt.
That's his throwing arm that he's clutching right now. Giles landing right on his right elbow.
Jordan Younger, the beneficiary of Giles fumbling the football. And Alex Brink, who got the start a couple of weeks ago, his first start. Didn't last long into the second half when Giles returned to the game. Looks like Alex Brink will be coming in here. Stephen Giles took a helmet on that hit.
Contact from Kevin Iban's helmet right on the forearm of Stephen Giles. He lands on that same arm after the collision.
And a double whammy there for Giles. And holding on to that arm very tenderly. Sean Churchill will report from the sideline shortly.
As if the training staff is quite literally cradling the team's playoff hopes right there.
First turnover of the game. Giles will go right to the locker room. He's not coming back anytime soon. Cleo Lemon. Corey Boyd, right side, the spin. Finally chopped down as he gets over the 50-yard line.
Terrific run from Corey Boyd. We saw a little bit of everything. Showed a little bit of shake, a little bit of explosion, a little bit of speed. Finishing with some power. What a find he has been for Jim Barker and the Toronto Argonauts. The heart and soul of this team.
CFL rushing leader Corey Boyd. 2nd down and 3. Far side, Jeff Johnson. Doesn't have to be told he should have had that one. Had running room too, had he been able to hang on. Just over a minute to go, and after the turnover, the Argos unable to capitalize.
A missed opportunity for sure for the Toronto Argonauts and Jeff Johnson.
Javon Johnson Back at his 15-yard line. Prefontaine will let it fly from just over his 40. That veteran left foot into it. Johnson in traffic will induce a no yards call. 15-yard penalty on that no yards call. Here comes Alex Brink, and here's Sean Churchill.
Thank you very much, Rod. The training staff for the Winnipeg Blue Bombers took Stephen Giles straight to the locker room. They were looking at his collarbone or upper arm. The doctors asked Giles in front of me whether he had ever felt anything like that before. He responded, no. Guys?
That's an indication that that injury was sustained on landing, with that arm out in front, landing on the elbow, and that force being transferred up through his upper arm to his collarbone.
So Alex Brink, 2 weeks ago, started for the Bombers against the BC Lions, and then really was booed off the field. Did not have a good start.
Alex
the Oregon
Brink,
area.
Brink in that BC game back on Thanksgiving was just 4 of 18 before getting the hook.
Now thrown in the Brink, 2nd and 10. Final 30 seconds of this opening quarter. It's been a stalemate. Brink now takes off with it. Going forward, will be short of the first down. And Mike Renault will come out, a quick 2 and out again. That's been the story so far here today. Neither offense has been able to advance the ball very much.
As the offenses struggle, a little more focus on those special teams, as perhaps they'll be relied upon to provide some points. Between Chad Owens for Toronto and Javon Johnson for Winnipeg, you've got two of the most dangerous returners in the game.
The two number twos, the spotlight on them. Spiraling kick into the wind. Final play of this opening quarter. Owens out of trouble, dancing and juking and jiving, but nowhere to go to the 22-yard line. The teams will change ends. The Bombers lead by a safety. Into this cautious start, maybe because of the pressure on the Winnipeg Blue Bombers right now. I mean,
well, I don't think they're being cautious. I think that both teams at this point are just failing to execute, and it's been a trend for both of them, offensively, particularly for the Toronto Argonauts. And you got to wonder now about the Winnipeg Blue Bombers offensively without Stephen Giles. As we've seen, Alex Brink has had his issues in the time he's been given to play before. We'll find out what he learned from that start in BC.
Especially a team that is capable of lighting it up, like the Blue Bombers, with a talented receiving core. Odell Willis was way offside. Cleo Lemon might be able to burn one here, throws it out of bounds. And with an update on Stephen Giles, let's go back down to Sean.
Thank you very much, Rod. Well, the Blue Bombers are saying that Stephen Giles' day is completely done. The Bombers now will rely on Alex Brink to take them into the playoffs. Guys?
Well, here we go. Who would have thought this would have happened? The kind of season for the Blue Bombers, and you can see it reflected on that bench. Alex Brink, Joey Elliott is the backup. Brink talking with the guys upstairs, trying to come up with a game plan that will be able to get the W. Play action. And lunging and making a nice catch is Jermaine Copeland, right in front of the Winnipeg bench.
Well, this is precisely the sort of thing that's been missing for the Toronto Argonauts. Guys doing special things to make plays offensively. Jermaine Copeland does it here in the way that he fights for this football. He's going to do whatever he can to catch that ball. Fantastic effort. Cleo Lemon with a little bit of improv himself to get this ball around Odell Willis. Lowers the trajectory of his arm to get that ball delivered.
A little sidewinder from Cleo Lemon. 1st and 10. Fires again to the sideline. And Javon Johnson was all over Spencer Watt.
Javon Johnson back at his familiar cornerback position since the return of Jonathan Hefney. Hefney had been away most of the season, pursuing NFL opportunities. Johnson had moved inside to the short side halfback position for a few games. But now the dynamic duo is back together.
2nd down and 3. Lemon sends out his receivers, and he'll throw. And Andre Dury has the 1st down, finally brought down by Dion Beasley at the 51-yard line.
Brought down by Dion Beasley on the 1st down for Toronto.
The Argos used some pre-snap motion there to get an idea of their reads, determine what coverage they were going to get. They ended up with a matchup out wide to the right side. Corey Boyd, who we know is a terrific receiver when he gets out in space. The middle linebacker, Joe Lobendon, followed him out there. Look for the Argos to try and go back to that one.
This time gives it to the tailback, and a penalty flag flies in that scrum. Corey Boyd, as many yards as he's gained this year and as many spectacular plays, he has taken a ton of hits.
Well, it comes with the territory of being a feature back, particularly one who runs with the style of Corey Boyd.
Major foul, face mask, Winnipeg number 93. 15-yard penalty will be enforced from the end of the play. 1st down.
There's a big break for the Toronto Argonauts on the face mask.
Defensive tackle Don Aramachone, the man who made the tackle on the play, got a piece of Boyd's face mask, and it's going to cost him 15.
Down to the Winnipeg 42-yard line. James Robinson, Chad Owens are the wideouts. Over the middle. And once again, Jermaine Copeland takes it down to the 30-yard line.
Brought down at the 25-yard line.
Jermaine Copeland, the leader of this offense, certainly of the receiving corps. Ultimately comes wide open across the middle, makes another big play to keep this drive going.
A few games ago, Dwayne, Jermaine Copeland said, hey, give me the ball. I want the ball. I want to be the go-to guy, and he has been. 2-time CFL All-Star. Lemon going deep now. Penalty flag flies. Reggie McNeil in the corner, but that penalty flag flew at the line of scrimmage.
Cleo Lemon took a little bit of a shot on that play.
Illegal block, hands to the face. Toronto number 56. 10-yard penalty. Still 1st down.
That's Rob Murphy.
Murphy is out at the left tackle position. He's working against Philip Hunt, CFL sack leader with 14. See the hands come up in the face. Hunt still manages to get in with Doug Brown on that collision that left Cleo Lemon
Face down.
disoriented for a moment.
Boy, was he ever. Still in the ball game. 1st and 20 after the Murphy penalty. Draw play. Boyd, right side. Doesn't get to the original line of scrimmage.
Jonathan Hefney stepped up from his halfback position to get in on the play, and as usual had something to say about it.
Bombers getting Jonathan Hefney, a Rookie of the Year candidate last year, back after his unsuccessful foray to the Detroit Lions. Happy to have him back. So throwing down now. 2nd and 16. Lemon staying in. Corey Boyd drops the football. So we've seen Jeff Johnson with a sure catch dropped, and now Corey Boyd also maybe was thinking run before catch.
Yeah, he appeared guilty of peeking as the ball was coming, taking a little look to see where he was going to go once he caught it, but he didn't catch it.
So now the wind seems to be swirling here a little bit. Well, Prefontaine. Kick is up, and it's good. Reunited again with the Argos is Noel Prefontaine. 3-2 at Canada Stadium. Barn burner going on here. 3-2.
Hey, we got a close one.
It's a one-point game. Alex Brink in for the injured Stephen Giles. Already the Bombers, their backs against the wall if they weren't already today, and they'll have to rely a lot more on this guy. Fred Reed gets another touch. Alex Brink faced a lot of pressure in his first start a few weeks ago. 25-year-old from Eugene, Oregon. Washington State Cougars all-time leading passer. Former 7th-round pick in the National Football League with the Houston Texans. Brink now on the roll. And Terrence Jeffers Harris is knocked out just before the first down marker.
The Argos defended that very well, particularly defensive end Ricky Foley. He got a piece of Jeffers Harris trying to get his release, and then continued upfield to put a big lick on Alex Brink as he threw the ball.
Argos have relied on their defense a lot this season. Really a lot the last few seasons. And on the field for most of the ball games. Mike Renaud now. And looked like he wanted to run with it. Finally decides to let it go. Chad Owens. Again, another no yards call and a 15-yard penalty. So good field position for Toronto.